You okay, Kevin? You look sad. I'm okay. You sure? It's okay if you're feeling a bit fed up. Do you want to talk about it? Well, yes, I am a bit sad today. Oh no, why is that? Well, I'm stuck here in isolation and I'm missing my friends. I know what you mean, but we do need to stay safe. I know. I'll be okay. Well, have you tried contacting them on the computer or the iPad? No? Could you show me how? Of course I can. And remember, this won't be forever. One day we'll get back to normal. You know what would cheer me up? What? Singing a soft rock song with a moody black and white video. Well, go for it then.
Never thought I missed the way my friends wound me up when we played a game. Somehow now it doesn't feel the same. Trying to stay busy reading books, drawing pictures while I'm trapped at home. As the weeks go by, can't help feeling so alone. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I've got something I need to say. You've always got me to talk to and I've got you. Make the most of those you live with and soon these difficult times will end. We'll get through this together if we help our friends. In isolation, we've got each other. You've got me and you've got me. In isolation, singing songs together, locked away but feeling free. And when I want to see friends and my life just depends on a chat and a smile and a wave. I've got you and technology, a friendly face on a computer screen to help me through or help you through. We'll stick together till the bitter end, and this won't feel like isolation. Shall we have a guitar solo?
Oh, what did you stop me there? I was just getting into that. Well, Kevin, I think you're getting a little bit self-indulgent there, to be honest. We need to move on with the show and the lesson. Oh, okay. But I do feel a bit better now. On with the show.
He's a musical toad. Yeah, musical toad. Right to the yeah, musical toad. I said a musical toad. Music vocabulary.
Pitch, high, middle, low. Before we start talking about the new vocabulary this week, let's go back 2 weeks when we first of all started to talk about tempo, which is what?
Fast like a cheetah and slow like a tortoise.
That's right, Kevin. Last week we talked about dynamics, which was
loud, quiet and silent.
That's it. We've also mentioned timbre a lot, which is all about the sound of
type of sound or the type of instrument.
That's right. This week we're going to look a little bit more, in a little bit more detail, all about pitch.
What's that?
The simplest way of thinking about pitch is thinking about the three bears from the very famous fairy tale Goldilocks and the Three Bears. In that story, there was Daddy Bear, who was a very big bear and had a very low-pitched voice down here.
Hello, I'm Daddy Bear.
Then there was Mommy Bear, who had a medium-pitched voice in the middle, not too hi and not too low.
Hello, I'm Mommy Bear.
And finally was Baby Bear, who was small and had a high-pitched voice, like this.
Hello, I'm Baby Bear.
Now, with the human voice, we can make our voice go high, and we can make our voice go low, and lots of different steps in between, which we'll talk about in the weeks to come. Musical instruments can do the same. In the videos we're going to watch today, we're going to see how different instruments, particularly stringed instruments, can change their pitch. And we will come back to this a lot in the weeks to come. So, let's go on with the show.
On with the show.
Two ways that you can get to my website. You could either go to Google, type in the box the word musical toad, and then press return. And then on this list, click on that one. Or by going up to the address box at the top and typing www.musicaltoad.co.uk. And then on this page, you click down at the bottom where it says click to download PDF poster. Then if you're lucky enough at home to have a printer, you can print one out and put it on your bedroom wall.
Tombre of the week.
I love this piece. In fact, I think it was the first bit of classical music that I ever heard.
Ah, yes, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It's got the best start to any piece of music ever. Dum 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 dum.
That's brilliant. But it's also the string instruments. This piece uses them so well.
They just bring a real feeling to a piece of music.
But they play such different sounds as well.
You know what, Fran? I think it's about time we had a proper look at the string section.
Let's do it. Okay, so this might be a piano, but it is actually also a string instrument. If we look inside, you can see that there are strings of different lengths and thicknesses. At this end, the strings are really thick, and as we go along, the strings get thinner and thinner.
When you press a piano key, a small hammer hits one of the strings, making it vibrate. As it vibrates, it moves the air particles around it, which vibrates the ones next to them and the ones next to them. You've formed a sound wave. When that sound wave reaches your ear, you hear a note.
And the note you hear depends on the string that's been hit. You can see here the hammer is hitting really thick strings. And so it makes notes that have a low pitch. But if Greg presses keys at this end, the hammer hits thin strings and they make high-pitched notes. So that is a piano, and you play a piano with keys. But what about other string instruments? Well, a guitar works by either plucking the strings, like this, or strumming them, like this.
Lovely. Just like this sitar. The sitar, which is popular in Indian classical music, has a lot of strings. The exact number varies from instrument to instrument and musician to musician. This one has 6 on top and 9 on the bottom. And you play it a little bit like this.
That's good. Good face while you're playing as well. And then there's the cello, which can be plucked like the guitar, or it can be played by rubbing a bow against the strings, like this.
Ah, that's some beautiful playing, Fran. The thing is, we can't actually see what's going on because it's all happening too fast. So let's use our super slow-mo camera and have a look at those vibrations in action.
The cello is sort of the violin's big brother, and you can see that the string is moving from side to side. It's actually vibrating really, really quickly. And what it's doing is making the air particles close to it vibrate too, making those sound waves. Different types of string behave in different ways. The thickness of a string is really important. Thin strings vibrate quickly. This means they make a note with a high pitch. And thick strings vibrate more slowly, and they make a lower pitch note. Just like we saw on the piano.
The length of a string is very important too. This is my mini harp. It's a string instrument and it goes from long strings right down to short strings, just like the piano. Long strings contain more stuff, more matter than shorter strings. And the more stuff something is made of, the longer it takes to speed up and slow down. So long strings vibrate more slowly than short strings. If I choose two strings, the same thickness but different lengths, so these two here, let's have a listen. This is the longer one, and this is the shorter one. The shorter one makes a slightly higher pitch note.
But also the tighter the string is, the higher the note it makes. So, on this violin, if I pluck this string, then listen to the sound it makes. But if I turn this peg to tighten the string, the pitch should go higher and higher, like this. So, the pitch of a note depends on three different things: the thickness of the string, its length, and how tightly it's pulled.
Thickness, length of string, and how tight it is. Got it. But I do want to show you this. Take this stretchy chord, stretch it nice and tight, and twang it. Doesn't really make much of a musical instrument, does it? Although it does make a sound, it's just not loud enough.
Now, what we need to do is find a way of making the sound louder.
Yes, we need to amplify it. Right, are you sitting comfortably? I'll begin. To make a violin, we need something called a sound box. It's often the largest part of a string instrument, and it's made of a material that vibrates easily. The sound box of a violin is made from wood, and the key thing is the box contains air that can vibrate to and amplify the sound. A small wooden piece called a bridge sits on top of the sound box. Next comes the fingerboard, which is where a violinist's fingers press down on the strings, which go from the sound box over the bridge and up the fingerboard where they're connected to the pegs. When you run a bow over a string, the string vibrates, the bridge vibrates, the sound box vibrates, the air in the sound box vibrates, all of which makes larger and more powerful sound waves that are much easier to hear. And remember, larger vibrations make louder sounds.
Lots of things can be used as sound boxes. We've made this double bass from a metal bin, a piece of wood, and some bungee cord. The bin's been carefully cleaned and everything's been emptied out, so there's no rubbish left inside. Greg, I thought you'd thrown him out. Sorry. Where was I? Right, so we've got our bungee cords which are stretched across the opening of our sound box, and I've got this wooden spatula here which is acting as a bridge. And we've got three different strings. They're the same thickness and the same length, but the bottom one isn't very tight, the middle one is a little bit tighter, and the top one is even tighter still. So each one of them will make a different note, like this.
Perfect. Now, as we saw on the harp, long strings make lower notes than short strings. We use that idea to play instruments like the violin and the guitar. And we use our fingers to press down on the strings to make them longer or shorter. So let's have a look. This is long. As it gets shorter, this is called stopping the string.
Now, as we've seen, one of the best ways of finding out how string instruments work is just to make your own. And this is how to make your very own guitar.
Great.
What you need is a cardboard box, and you just cut a hole in the top of it like this. Then, thank you, you get some elastic bands, cut them and thread them through onto one side of your hole and tie a knot so they keep in place. And finally, nice work, thread them through to the other side of the hole. And then put some plastic or wood tubes there to act as your bridge and make sure they're nice and tight. Put a cardboard tube on the end to make a neck, and there you have it. A completed homemade guitar.
Oh yeah!
You can even make a guitar-shaped template, so it looks even more like a guitar. Now I think we should put our homemade guitars to the test with another blast of the Fifth Symphony.
Roll over, Beethoven.
One, two, three, four. Steve, the tortoise. Steve likes to eat romaine lettuce. Yeah.
Today's song is called I Can Sing a Rainbow.
Rainbows. You can't touch them, catch them, or even see the end of them. So where do they come from? I know what you're thinking, that this kind of sorcery must be the work of wizards, flying unicorns, maybe even magic monkeys. In Irish folklore, leprechauns buried a pot of gold at the end of each rainbow.
Oh, hello there. Top of the morning to you. I got me a pot of gold. Oh, the rainbow. Nobody's watching. We love gold.
Shiny.
So I'll bury me pot of gold. Ha, there we go.
A rainbow happens when sunlight hits raindrops. You can make one even without the help of a leprechaun. All you need is a bowl of water, a mirror, a torch, and a piece of paper. And there's our rainbow. Sunlight is made up of 7 different colours that we can't normally see with our eyes. When sunlight hits the raindrops, the light bends and separates into the 7 colours that we can see here, and that is called refraction. The colours of the rainbow are always in the same order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Rainbows can last from a few seconds up to a few hours. The longest rainbow ever recorded hung in the sky for over 6 hours. Some cultures believe if you point at a rainbow, it'll bring you bad luck.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, Michelle. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? A rainbow. Look at all the colors in it. Ow, my head.
So a rainbow is just white light that's been bent in rainwater so we can see its different colours. We can see a rainbow because the light is reflected into our eyes.
Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too.
Well, Kevin, this week we've practiced tempo, fast and slow. We've practiced dynamics, loud, quiet and silent. We've talked again about timbre, the types of sound or the different instruments, and a new vocabulary that we've looked at today was all about pitch, when it was high, middle, low. That's right, Kevin. Thanks for joining us this week. We've run out of time now, so we will see you all again next time. Bye. Bye.
He's a musical toad.
Yeah,
Musical toad.
Right to
Yeah, musical toad. I said a musical toad.